Bitter criticism. This time, I'm going to read the genocide dossier. If there's something there in Al Jazeera, but I'm got really tired of the Middle East. I'm tired of the Middle East. Everybody's dying all the time. I will never go to Israel, nor Palestine, nor neither any place. Over there is just too chaotic. Despite I am in South America, this is absolutely chaotic too. But look, we have reineta, we have big fish. Impressive. Look the size of those fishes. Gigantic, enormous, isn't it? Well, and we have a lot of them. It's not cheap, but the heads are for free for dogs. And that's how you have a molossus dog, almost for free. I have to pay the rice. I cook fish heads with rice, and well, gas is not for free neither, but I guess there will be. I will find another ways to keep these dogs alive. Tommy, the good news is Tommy is not, how to say it, Tommy doesn't complain about food, Any food Tommy is eating. The problem is some food make Tommy dizzy. I'm talking about you, Tommy knows, look. Tommy get real dizzy, real ill about stomach issues, understand? Gastric issues, but not with fish. So Tommy's kind of blessed. Tommy is blessed, and Mursi is blessed too with Tommy. If you can see Mursi over there, we are blessed. I'm atheist, but such a blast to have free lunch. Yeah, this is absolutely free. I mean the fish, and as you could see there, this is also for free. Seagulls and other carnivore birds, they came here. You will see tomorrow. They will be all here, eating the waste of fish that dogs couldn't eat, because of the only reason why I give that fish to seagulls and other carnivores and other carnivore birds is because I don't have a freezer. It's way just too expensive. Electricity in Chile is unpayable. You cannot pay. There's a lot of people that, in fact, they pay. They have a refrigerator, but I don't have. So what I do is cook. What I do is cooking one day, and dogs have to eat that 3 days ahead, and that's it. I cook every 3 days, but those dogs are fine, eating a lot of fish. Somehow Pacific waters cold Pacific waters, Pacific South cold waters, they are a bless. Somehow they are a bless. Oh, it is a bless for the dogs too. So nothing less to say. I'm going to read something from Al Jazeera. Let's see what happened to the genocide. Yeah, is absolutely negative. This genocide problem is absolutely negative, but somehow I always come back here. I'm always here again. And there's a message, profile, Al Jazeera profile. Now you can select your preferred app language in settings. No, I like English. I'm glad. Thank you, Al Jazeera. But I like English. And there's the usual 2 live updates. The Middle East, the genocide dossier of Al Jazeera of Israel, and there's the Donald Trump special. I'm going to read the genocide dossier from Israel. Updates. Israel says Hamas must release 3 living captives on Saturday. It's been almost a week that I didn't open this app, this Al Jazeera app, but here we go. And there's a video. Israeli Prime Minister threatens to resume, quote unquote, intense fighting in Gaza if Hamas fails to release captives held there by noon on Saturday. Updates. Israel says Hamas must release 3 living captives on Saturday. These were the updates on the Gaza ceasefire and Israel's attacks on the occupied West Bank for Thursday, February 13th. The first news, I guess the summary is by Lyndall Rowlands, the whole thing today. Yeah, this is interesting. There's Al Jazeera is talking about what happened today, but the date is very old. Look, February 13. What the hell is that? I'm sorry. February 13. Today is 27. 27 is like more than 2 weeks ago, more than 1 month ago, something. Is almost 3 weeks ago. What the hell is February 13? Anyway, by Lyndall Rowlands, Niels Adler, Masiar Motamedi, Alexander Kozul Wright, Virginia Pietromarchi. I know these names. I'm always reading them. This live page is now closed. You can continue to follow our coverage here. So no more updates from today. An Israeli government spokesman said Hamas must release 3 living captives on Saturday or Israel will return to war in the Palestinian territory. I guess this is very old. Hamas said it intends to release 3 Israeli captives on Saturday as scheduled, after it postponed the captive prisoner exchange earlier this week, citing Israeli violations of the Gaza truce deal. Third, Hamas officials have held talks in the Egyptian capital, Cairo, with mediators Egypt and Qatar to address obstacles including an Israeli ban on entry of heavy machinery and mobile homes into Gaza. Gaza's health ministry has confirmed 48,239 deaths in Israel's war on Gaza, while 111,676 people have been wounded. The government media office has updated its death toll to at least 61,709 people, saying thousands missing under the rubble are now presumed dead. You know, this 14 days ago, something. So they let this. They abandoned this. So Al Jazeera abandoned the live updates, or nothing is happening. But I guess they abandoned this. Why? Nobody's paying Al Jazeera, isn't it? I'm going to check out Donald Trump's live updates. India Prime Minister Modi praises Donald Trump for keeping national interest supreme. 14 days ago also. So I have problems with Al Jazeera. Something wrong is happening here. Because 2 weeks ago is just too yeah, I think I had a technical problem. Yeah, look, I opened up the app. In the app it was 2 weeks ago. But now I managed to I've managed to Tommy just bite a bee. Well done, Tommy. Well done, bee. Can you see, boy? Tommy wants to fight. He always fighting bees. Anyway, now I managed to refresh the app. I refreshed the Al Jazeera app. Live updates. Israeli army probe acknowledged complete failure over October 7 attacks. And there's a streaming. Hamas says it's reached a deal for the release of the more than 600 Palestinian prisoners Israel refused to hand over last week. There's a beautiful lady, a beautiful journalist. You will listen to her.
Will this actually happen?
It's not a stream.
Hamas says it's reached a deal to resolve the delayed release of Palestinian prisoners from Israeli jails. There's been no official confirmation from the Israeli.
She's really beautiful. She's like she's golden. She's not black but golden.
Government?
Yeah, I like to marry her. She's so beautiful. Israeli army probe acknowledges complete failure over October 7 attacks. Meanwhile, dozens of Palestinian prisoners, including 24 children, arrive in Gaza after Israel delayed their release. By Virginia Pietro Marchi, Usaid Siddiqui, February 27. 21 hours ago. The summary. An internal Israeli army probe into the Hamas-led October 7, 2023 attacks has acknowledged the military's complete failure to prevent the assault. Which killed hundreds of Israelis, a military official said. Negotiations between Israel and Hamas on the next phase of the Gaza ceasefire have begun in Cairo, Egypt said, ahead of Saturday's expiration of the agreement's first phase. Third, a ramming attack at a bus stop in northern Israel injured 13 people, according to Israeli police. Luna is fighting the seagulls. Seagulls are trying to eat some fish. Anyway, Israel has released 46 Palestinian prisoners, including 24 children from Gaza, after a delay in the verification of the bodies of 4 captives handed over by Hamas. There's a new live update available, but I'm just reading the summary. There's nothing happening. The seagull are studying the situation here. I'll show you. I'm going to release Tommy. There's nothing happening here, as usual. Tommy, behave, Tommy. Behave. Well, seagulls are coming back. Seagulls are patrolling these fishes. Eventually, Luna is eating some fish. Well done, Luna. Some fresh fish. And well, sunset is beautiful as usual. I failed to show the seagulls, but the seagulls they know the fish is here. Seagulls are very. I think seagulls don't have the best. They are not the more skillful birds, but they are smart. They are social. They socialize a lot. Seagulls socialize with other birds, like my favorite, the Elanus leucurus. I think they are friends, They are, the Elanus leucurus and the seagulls. They are partners, so they are always together. Sometimes, So I'm going to resume the news here. Tommy, ven aquí. Ay, baja. So here we go. So I couldn't read very well this time. A ramming attack at a I just read that. A ramming attack at a bus stop in northern Israel injured 13 people, according to Israeli police. Israel has released 46 Palestinian prisoners, including 24 children from Gaza, after a delay in the verification of the bodies of 4 captives handed over by Hamas. Gaza's health ministry, I just said that, has confirmed 48,365 Palestinian deaths in Israel's war on Gaza, while 111,780 people have been wounded. The government media office updated its death toll to at least 61,709, saying thousands of Palestinians missing under the rubble are presumed dead. At least 1,139 people were killed in Israel during the October 7, 2023 Hamas-led attacks, and more than 200 were taken captive. So this number, Israel casualties, they are a joke, They're right now, these casualties, so I guess Hamas made a stupid mistake, in my opinion. A few seconds ago, Israel says it will have usual restrictions at Al-Aqsa Mosque for Ramadan. And there's religious too. I'm atheist. I guess all this problem is a geopolitical problem, but this kind of the religious issue is even worse than the situation, I guess. This is even worse than the situation. Ramadan religion and stuff. A few seconds ago, during Ramadan, hundreds of thousands of Palestinians come to occupied West East Jerusalem to pray at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, the third holiest site in Islam. Quote, the usual restrictions for public safety will be in place as they have been every year. End quote. Israeli government spokesman David Mercer said in an online briefing to journalists, last year, amid the Gaza war, Israeli authorities imposed restrictions on the number of visitors coming to Al-Aqsa, particularly on those Palestinians coming from the occupied West Bank. In recent years, the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound has been an annual flashpoint during Ramadan. In May 2021, Israeli forces stormed the compound using tear gas, rubber-coated steel bullets, and stun grenades against worshippers during Ramadan. Hundreds of Palestinians were injured, drawing international condemnation. And there's a photograph. A view shows the Dome of the Rock on the Al-Aqsa compound. 22 minutes ago, February 27, Gaza ceasefire deal phase 2. What should happen? Question mark. Talks on phase 2 on the Gaza ceasefire agreement are meant to negotiate an end to the war, including the return of all remaining hostages in Gaza who are alive, and the withdrawal of all Israeli troops from the territory. Return of remaining seized hostages will happen in phase 3. According to Israel, there are 59 remaining captives, 24 of whom are still believed to be alive. It will be difficult to reconcile a deal with the war objectives of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who has called for dismantling Hamas' governing and military capabilities. After suffering heavy losses in the war, Hamas has nonetheless emerged intact during the ceasefire, and the group says it will not give up its weapons. Hours before talks began in Cairo, an Israeli official said the country will not withdraw from a strategic corridor in the Gaza Strip as called for under the ceasefire, a refusal that could severely complicate negotiations with Hamas and key mediator Egypt at a sensitive moment for the fragile truce. 37 minutes ago, watch, Beit Lahia authorities try to reopen roads in Gaza. The municipality in Beit Lahia, northern Gaza, has started clearing rubble from streets in a bid to reopen roads and allow people to return to their homes. Israel has allowed some heavy machinery to enter Gaza, but only a small fraction of what is needed. There's a video. Beit Lahia municipality has started clearing rubble from streets in a bid to reopen roads and allow people to return to their homes. So will not be Donald Trump Riviera. Anyway, 1 hour ago, UNRWA says 2 million in Gaza receive food assistance. The UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees says it has made unparalleled progress in providing humanitarian aid since the ceasefire in Gaza began last month. In a statement, the agency revealed it provided food assistance to some 2 million people and restored health services for nearly 180,000. Quote, this reflects UNRWA's commitment to supporting families in Gaza through this unprecedented humanitarian crisis, end quote. Sam Rose, UNRWA acting director of Gaza Affairs, said. Moreover, the UN agency said it distributed vital supplies, including blankets, mattresses, and tents, to more than 500,000 people. Quote, for the first time since the war began, UNRWA has been able to deliver aid and services at scale, reducing the suffering of 2 million people, end quote. Rose added. And that's it. There's the Twitter over there. I'm going to read the very last one. February 27, 1 hour ago, Trump says his administration has had good talks on Gaza. US President Donald Trump said on Thursday that his government had good talks on Gaza and that he thought it was coming up with solutions to problems in the Middle East. Trump made the comments at a joint White House news conference with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer when he was asked whether phase 2 of the ceasefire in Gaza will come to fruition. Quote, I think we are going to come up with some pretty good solutions, but phase 1 is almost complete, Trump said. Yeah, as Rui Costa Pimenta back in Brazil on Danilo Gentili's show, De Noite, he stated that Donald Trump is in fact negotiating, to end up the conflict. So all this suffering maybe is coming to an end, despite all the atrocities, the daily atrocities from both sides, I will say, all this rivalry, all that revenge and stuff. Look, we have a beautiful sunset for all of us. Beautiful sunset. But my favorites are Rui Costa Pimenta, Isadora Diaz, because she's beautiful, and Tommy, of course. Tommy! I will publish a poem about that dogo, Argentinian dogo, you'll see.